How many links do you need to rank number one on Google? It's the $1,000,000 question, right? But if you're wondering today exactly how many links it will take you to rank number one, or at least on the first page of Google, we're going to show you a tool that, in my opinion, is one of the best ones on the market to help you get that question answered. In this lesson today, we are going to discover how you can determine roughly the number of links you're going to need to get so you can rank on the first page of Google. And then secondly, we're going to find out how you can get those links in a fast and easy way, literally effortlessly, from Peak Marketing Service. We're going to solve the entire problem for you. But the first question is, how many links do you need to get to the first page of Google? So let's dive in. Every single internet marketing company will agree with this. If you want to rank number one on Google for seriously competitive terms, you literally have no choice but to earn links. There's no one out there that's killing it in this world on competitive terms that's not doing this. Now, I want to be honest. If your content is not ranking, if you're in a competitive space, and you know if you are or are not in terms of ranking on Google, then what purpose does your content serve if it's not being seen? So rightfully so, people want to know, how many links does it take to rank number one on Google? And before we can answer that, the first thing everyone needs to understand is why you need links and why Google puts so much weight on inbound links when ranking websites. If you don't know the answer to these, we've created a video on that as well. There's no fluff, no waste, no sales pitch in that video. But it's very helpful that you understand, nobody wants to buy links or go after links if they don't really get it. And to help you out, I'll also post a link below so you can watch that video later. So there's a number of tools out there that can give you an amazingly close idea of how many links you're going to need to rank on the first page of Google for specific keywords. But we're not going to insult your intelligence either. Let me give you a full disclosure right here, right now. Many people say, you guys are overly transparent. Well, good. The fact is, no one, and I do mean no one, there's no super elite digital marketing company out there that could do this. No one can give you an exact number of how many links it will take to rank number one on Google. We're not Google. We don't control Google. Nobody does. Google is a third-party independent search engine. However, that doesn't mean you can't get a realistic idea of how many links it will take to get the job done. And thankfully, many people, or a few people, have spent a lot of time and a lot of money developing the software that has analyzed all these algorithms and got a pretty darn good, they got their hands wrapped around what you need to do to rank at the top of Google. So before we talk about how many links that you need to rank on page one of Google, let's talk about a couple things that you must consider first. We're all about making sure you're knowledgeable, that you're educated, more so than just trying to get you diving into products that stand alone won't work if you don't have the basics down. First thing, number one, how many links do the sites that outrank you currently have? By the way, this tool is going to help you with that as well, but it's important. You do need to know if your competitor's got 50 links, 60 links, 80 links, 90 links. If you're really trying to micromanage this thing, that's one of the first things I want to know. I also want to know, what is the quality of those existing links? Are they valuable? Does Google put any weight on them? Are they kind of spammy? Just how much weight do those links your competitor have hold? What's your competitor's current domain authority? You can just Google something like a DA authority checker, domain authority. And really, a domain is essentially measured, your authority is measured typically by your content and the number of links that are actually pointing to your website. So obviously, the higher your score in terms of domain authority, well, then the more value or more trust you have in the eyes of Google. Sorry, I think they probably have two at best. Is the content on the page you're trying to rank for, is it low quality or is it good quality? Meaning, let's say you're writing you've written an article about how to get the lowest mortgage rate. One guy might have, just a real quick 300-word piece, and he just kind of bullets out, and it may be great. Hey, let me cut through the crazy stuff. There's 4 things you got to do, and here they are, boom, 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 and it's 300 words, and it's everything you need, and you may feel very proud of that. But Google, it puts a little more confidence in an article that really goes overboard to help people. So maybe your content on the page you're trying to rank has, I don't know, call it 1,500 words. And you're very thorough with every item that you're explaining. Maybe even have some outbound links that point people to additional resources to get the best mortgage rate. So again, ask yourself, this is your industry. You read it and you ask yourself, is the content that you're trying to rank for that specific keyword, is it really good? Is it thought out? Did you take some time? Or did somebody write it real quick and throw it on there and call it content? Many digital marketing companies do that. They sell themselves as an internet marketing company. They slap up a bunch of 200, 300, 400 word blogs and call it a day. So again, if it's not good, I would encourage you, you don't have to delete the page, just you might want to redo the page and add more to it and then go back and try to get it ranked. And before we talk about how many links you'll need to rank on the first page of Google, let's talk about what you'll need to consider first. Is the page you're trying to rank, is it properly optimized? In other words, we have some videos that explain all this. Do you have the title tag set? Do you have an H1 tag on there? It's a header tag. Do you have an H2 tag on there? Do they have the keywords in them? Again, some of this is technical, just making sure we cover some of this stuff. Your marketing guys should know all this. If not, we can also help you with it. Is your website mobile friendly? Now, that may not hurt you for desktop searches, but let's say you're a restaurant. Most people, when we're looking for restaurants, we're using our cell phone. We don't run into the house and open up our laptop and search for a restaurant. So there are other businesses that you'll find that more searches are going to be desktop. But if you're in an industry where your average shopper is not a business owner, let's say that your average prospect is actually a consumer, and they're using their cell phone, your site needs to be mobile friendly. So if you have an older site that hasn't been updated in, let's call it, 5-10 years, it might not be mobile friendly. I will say, thankfully, that most of the newer sites today and the WordPress editors, all these things are typically very, very mobile friendly. Again, this is something that if you're not sure, open it up on your phone on your website and look at it. You'll just see how the stuff stacks up. It should be very easy to read, easy to navigate, and not like a bunch of really tiny, tiny print. How old is your web page? Here's a fact. Studies show that under 6% of new pages actually rank on page 1. And I'm specifically talking about from highly competitive terms. And this is within the first 12 months of being published. Now, we also do some videos. We talk about how you can do this research, how you can rank for all kinds of money keywords without trying to go for the jugular. If you're trying to rank for example, if you're trying to rank for mortgage loans, good luck with that. You're competing against millions of pages. Of course, if you're trying to rank for mortgage loans, Raleigh, North Carolina, or something like that, you've now narrowed it down. But again, another reason you need to be banging out content all day long is, again, 6% of these new pages, they generally will not be able to rank on the first page of Google until they've been alive for at least 12 months. All right. So to be clear, what we're saying is that ranking at the top of Google is not just about off-site links. It's critical. You can't do it for competitive terms without it. you've got to look at the entire landscape of your website. Hopefully your website's been updated and it probably has all of these elements. If it's been cleaned up or updated or rebuilt within the last 2 or 3 years, it should. We've said many of times that one good link, very important to get this, folks, one good link is worth more than 1,000 crappy links. So when we talk about estimating how many links you're going to need to rank number 1 on Google, please understand we are not talking about low quality spammy links. Don't think that's going to work. Google is, again, a common thing I like to say is Google is not stupid. And every day, I swear to you, SEO guys get out there and website owners, and they just assume Google's stupid, and they spend all their money buying the lowest grade links they can from these link farms and directories, and they just never produce a result. You're literally just throwing your money away. So with that said, let's call it like it is. Don't buy them. Save your money. If you're getting a link for $50, whatever kind of link it is, I don't care how they package it. I can guarantee you, without question, it's crap. It's probably an automated system that's stuffing hundreds of links on a page that have no authority or value to Google. You could literally get 50,000 of those links and never rank in the top 100 pages. Moreover, it's Google. Google can look through this stuff, and if they see your site is spammy, then you're not going to be able to rank for anything in their search engine. So be very, very careful. Take link building. You should take link building as serious as you do the own content that you're putting on your own website. Go for the gusto. Go for the good stuff, guys. All right, so let's get your question answered. How many links will it take to rank on the first page of Google, or for that matter, to rank number 1? The first thing you'll need to do is you're going to have to use visit the, it's spelled Ahrefs, Ahrefs, Keyword Explorer. So just go to ahrefs.com. This tool, now I'm going to tell you right now, if this is what you need, if for some reason it's important for you to figure out roughly how many links you're going to need to rank on the first page of Google, you're trying to get it down to a science, this is a tool typically SEO companies buy, so they can kind of help work with their clients. But if you're going to use it independently, I will tell you it's going to cost you. You can buy it and use it yourself. You do not need to go through us to access this stuff. But the tool is going to run you about $1,200 a year. But I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, by far, it is the best option out there to sort of give you some kind of an algorithm to look at this stuff and make a good determination of how many links you're going to need to get on the first page of Google. Now, once you've created an account, pretty simple. You just type in the keywords that you're trying to rank for. Then the tool will tell you, on average, here you see that big number 29, it's going to tell you on average how many links it will take to get to page 1. So we've got a lot of information. I'm not going to cover all the things that this tool can do. These tools offer all kinds of things for digital marketing companies. Today, we're just talking about how many links on average to get to the first page of Google. All right. This tool can also help you to look at the ranking pages, other websites, to see a mixture of the values. You can't help but notice that there's a huge variance. Looking at this image here using this tool, there's a huge variance in the number of links for websites ranging on page 1. In this chart, we see it ranging anywhere from 4 to 616 links. That's why it's an average and not an exact figure, okay? So the site with 616 links, this is real data, by the way, but it may be from low quality websites, while the site with 4 links could potentially be from some very authoritative websites. Maybe it's the localcity.org website. Maybe the local the local news media did a piece on them and they got a crazy strong link from them. But let's assume that it will require an average, right? So this is the key word, an average. The tool said 29, but for sake of the argument, let's say an average of 50 links to rank on the first page of Google for your keyword. If the links are low in authority, you may need more like 80 to 100 links. However, if the links are high in authority and trust, like news media sites or sites that have great domain authority, listen, you may only need 5 or 10 links. So while all the internet marketing agencies would agree that building quality links is a major component of Google's ranking factors, it is only the honest ones that will tell you no one controls Google. I don't. I'm not going to pretend like I can give you the answers, all the answers, and no one knows exactly to a science how many tools, or excuse me, how many links it will take you to get the job done. But bottom line is these tools can help you considerably get a bird's eye view of it. And if you're serious about ranking in Google, I'm just going to be honest with you. You have to get busy building your links, especially to the main pages of your website. Start with 1 or 2 a month if that's your budget. If you've got a bigger budget, do 10, 15 a month. Get it to your home page, pointing to all of your primary pages and blog posts that you might publish that you think, hey, this stuff is written for high intent prospects, that people that are deeply in the buying process. All right, so the $1 million question, all right? Also, how do I get good links? Look, if you've seen enough of our videos at this point now, hopefully you fully understand you need links. If you downloaded this tool, if you pulled it, you can get a general idea of how many links you need. But then here's the big question. Well, all right, how do I get these links? Listen, I get it. Most people either have no clue how to go out and do this themselves, or if you're like a lot of people, they don't want to. They have no interest in doing this. They want to run their company and leave the marketing to people that specialize in that. Or maybe they just simply don't have the time. Well, good news, we can help. The easiest way to get quality in-content links is through our guest posting services. And we offer this service for as little as $160. And these links are as good as it gets. And I want to make sure you fully understand how it works should you elect to go this way. So the way it works is every article that we write, our team writes it, it's 100% original. It's created specifically for the website that we intend to have it published on. These are not, you have no control over the content we write here. These are not SEO focused articles. Their purpose is to deliver real value to the audience, to the readers on the particular site that we're going to be, we're requesting them to post this content on. So our team will then produce professionally written articles that include a relevant in-content link pointing to your website, meaning maybe if we're talking about, let's say you own a replacement window company, and in this article we're talking about some home improvement things, and then at some point we start talking about, the best windows. Well, that term best windows, likely if you click, it'll be a clickable link that would then point to your website, which again adds value. And then we do a manual outreach to request third-party publishers to post this article on their website. These are links that you generally could never, ever buy. These links can only be earned by writing quality content and reaching out manually to have them accepted. A lot of work. We currently work with over 1,000 website publishers that are on board with us. They will review and consider our content to be used on their website when and if it is a good fit, not for you, for their audience. You're looking for the link. They're looking for content that reaches their readers. And so while we may need to submit our articles to, I don't know, as many as 20 or 30 publishers, you are guaranteed it will be accepted, and you're guaranteed to get a link that points back to your website. All right, and the next question is, okay, how long does it take when you use these services? So from the time you submit your order, the first thing we do is we have to write the content in-house. and find a natural fit for the link to your website. That takes 7 to 10 days. Keep in mind, we're not just sitting down and 20 minutes writing an article. These things are typically 1,000 words, but there's some research behind this stuff. It's not just, hey, let me just share my brain. No, we typically we're citing credible sources. We're trying to provide some data. And again, people aren't going to accept our content if it's just something we just threw together very quickly. We've got to do this stuff, but it's got to have value. And it's got to have, look, every website guy they want more traffic. And the way they get it is the same thing we're selling to you guys is you need more content. So we provide that content to them. And that link pointing back to your website is the home run for you. All right, so the next thing we do is our team will then begin a manual 100% human-based outreach campaign, meaning we're going to reach out to the publishers by phone, by email, and so forth, and say, we've got an article, we think you'll really like it, it ties into such and such subject, we'd like to submit it to you for your review and ask if you'll publish it to your blog post. That typically takes us another usually 10 to 15 days while we're waiting to hear back. Sometimes you can wait 3, 4, 5 days even to hear back from somebody on email, and then they didn't get it. It's a lot of work, so it's not something that's a quick process. And lastly, once we have an approval, the article typically goes live on their site. Once they say, yep, we like it, they schedule it, or they'll schedule it with their department, and it usually goes onto their website within 5 days. So the total turnaround for this product ranges between 20 to 30 days. I'm going to tell you, leans usually more towards the 30 days. And as described earlier, this entire process is manual. This product is all about quality. There are no shortcuts on our end. This is not something we just pump in the quarter, pull the lever, and out comes the guest post with a link to it. A lot of hands involved with this. So it's not going to be able to, we're not going to be able to deliver as quickly as we do on some of our other products. But again, this one is well worth it for sure. So ordering is very easy if you elect to go through us. Just on our website, you click on the link at the very top. I'm giving you an image here. It reads DIY, standing for do it yourself. Do it yourself orders. That page also tells you how to do it yourself. If you want to learn to do this stuff without us and not pay, by all means, watch the video and do it yourself. You do not need to go through us. The only reason you need to go through us is you don't have the time, or for some reason you're struggling to figure out, and we give a pretty thorough explanation of how to build these kind of links. But again, some people, quite frankly, just don't want to do it, and they want to run their own business. They want to work in their business and on their business and build it and grow it and not be in charge of all the actual digital marketing and technical stuff. All right, so anyway, then once you get on this page, if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see our order options. All you do is you choose the option that says Peak Guest Post. You'll see that arrow pointing to it right now. From there, you can do two things. You can click play video, and you can learn a whole lot more about what this service does, how it works. I didn't want to take 20 minutes of your time trying to explain that, but if you want to know more, you can do it. And otherwise, you can just click on place order, follow a few prompts, and within like literally a minute and a half, your order will be placed and we'll be on our way. We're off to the races. So listen, if you're ready to rank better and to get tons of leads, then place your order today. I'm sure that you will be glad you did. Finally, if you want to learn more about how to improve your website traffic, and you want to discover the simple techniques that we use to generate nearly 500,000 leads a year, then folks, make sure to check out our SEO training site at learnwithpeak.com. That's learnwithpeak.com. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, please be sure and like and share it. And until next time, we say, go get 'em.